coming for you, Jackie.
I'm not coming. Yes. Welcome to Chopped Greens. I am your host, Philip Amerine, sitting alongside...
Gary Boucher.
I don't think that's correct.
Or Gary, whatever you want.
Gary, whatever you want. So, last week, Gary, I made it... I kind of threw it in as a throwaway comment, but I said in my reasoning for picking this film over Marshall... I said, we haven't seen a bad action film, ever, outside. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I can successfully say we have fulfilled that and checked it off the list.
What's funny is that I actually didn't think this movie was bad. I just thought it was so mediocre and okay that's honestly, the actual problem with Hollywood right now. Isn't the terrible duds. It's just 20 movies. I think we've talked about this. 20 movies pumped out every month that are just and that's kind of how I was about this.
Well, that's really the best point that you have. It's mediocre.
Yeah.
I didn't hate this film. We've done a lot of reviews on movies I hate. I didn't hate this film. Yeah,
I mean, there was a little bit of stuff that you could kind of expand on. It's just so by the numbers.
Yeah.
Nothing surprised me. It was all yep, they hit that plot point. Oh, here comes the twist. Then you have the villain subplot, and the movie's wrapped up, and we're good to go. It was so just generic.
And it was, I felt, unnecessarily long. But like I said, it wasn't bad, and it certainly wasn't good. It was just going up and down, and not really up a lot of times, but going up and down on that line of good and bad, and criminally underutilized Jackie Chan.
Yeah. Jackie Chan,
they lulled him out of retirement or something to where he...
Well, so I might be wrong. We need to kind of look up the background of how this movie was produced, because I know there were a lot of Asian companies behind it. I know he has his own production company. I don't know if he was behind it or if he was just casting it from a big budget Asian studio. But Jackie Chan has a treasure trove. His older Asian action comedies are so good. They're so fun and so inventive. The Drunken Master is one of my favorite ones. And there's a few others that are just so fun to watch. And this it's not fun, which is Jackie Chan's best thing, is fun action. It tries way too hard to take itself seriously. It thinks it's so dark and it's so grim and grisly, and it just does not have the intended effect at all.
Well, the biggest sin of this film is that it advertised for Jackie Chan and it gave us Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, I was gonna say about halfway through the movie, it's about Pierce Brosnan and Jackie's out of it for a half hour. Yeah,
there's Jackie Chan was pretty good in this. I wouldn't say that he was Oscar worthy. I wouldn't say that it was anything other than serviceable, but
yeah,
Jackie Chan, it was a good part.
I was almost, it's funny, he filled the role great. He did what he had to do and fulfilled the character's emotions, but I was giggling, laughing because just so much trauma and the silent tears and burning the pictures of his kids. It was just oh, come on, dude. This is so dumb. I was this is ridiculous.
So, unfortunately for this film, it sold it on an action film, and
it is more of a political drama with some actiony elements.
Yes, political drama with action elements, and really even then, the political elements are really hard to understand because of Pierce Brosnan. And
honestly,
let's take it aside. Let's
I feel bad, but yeah.
So Pierce Brosnan, I have a special place in my heart for Pierce Brosnan.
You love his Bond films, right?
I do love his Bond films. He's a Bond I grew up with. He's a Bond I knew and love, and I even followed him to the bitter end, and it was a pretty bitter end with Die Another Day. And I even liked him in Mamma Mia when others didn't. I defended his frugal voice selections.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it was they didn't hire an accent or dialect coach. I don't know if that was the best that they were gonna get.
I think that his Irish accent was good. It was just still really hard to understand because the soundtrack was one, lame and way overbearing, and two, he did kind of, I think he nailed the accent, but
and a lot of the times
it was kind of under the breath. It's just couldn't really understand what he was saying, because he was just talking to like it was like that.
The soundtrack was inappropriate at times.
Yeah,
emotionally speaking, it would have some high techno moments in a moment that I really felt deserved to be more silent, more mute, more calm.
And then it would just come in like blaring, like just do 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 do. It's
and give an unnecessary scenic shot that really just padded the time.
Oh my god! If literally you guys want to play a fun drinking game, watch The Foreigner, and every time there is a drone shot of a city, take a shot. You will die.
Oh, there's a lot of
every 5 minutes, London with like a drone shot, Belfast with a drone shot. Oh my god, I was getting so tired of it. I was like, come on.
But I really hope that Pierce Brosnan. I don't know what it was. I don't know if this is he just cashed in and didn't care either. I don't know what it was, but his accent was horrific.
Thought it was horrific?
It was pretty bad.
I didn't think it was that bad. I thought he kind of nailed it, you know.
It went up and then down.
I guess he kind of did the same inflection
with. Man.
I guess I can kind of see what you're saying. Where he did the same inflection with every line.
Yes.
Good. Well, keep talking like that, and I'm going to shoot you. Just kind of like an up and a down and an up again.
Yeah. We need more men. And that's the true drinking game.
Yeah.
Every time he says, we
need more men. I want at least 20 on the perimeter. We're getting our...
You want the butcher? I'll give you the butcher.
We're getting our asses beat by a bastard old man. What are we?
Oh my god. His accent was just horrendously bad. And even within making fun of his accent,
you know what?
Stepped into a better accent than he achieved.
I was gonna say your Irish is pretty good, but I could tell this movie was gonna be a dud 4 or 5 minutes in because the pacing was automatically off. So the movie starts off. This isn't a spoiler with I forget the guy's name, Quinn something.
Quan.
Yeah.
Min.
Yeah, Jackie Chan is driving his daughter to a dress shop to get her prom dress. And she gets out of the car, and a terrorist bomb blows up, and she ends up dying. And that all happens in like 3 minutes, and then it says The Foreigner, and then it completely changes tone to this journalist's office, and the film super slows down from there, and it's really jarring. And then you're automatically given like a lot of the like political information within the first 10 minutes, and it's like a lot to like kind of sift through. I think it might kind of be purposely confusing because a lot is like revealed at the end. But on one side you have that bomb going off and you're thinking because this is going to be a bit more of an action movie. And then they totally change to like this really heady stuff about like the history of the IRA, which is interesting as a concept, but they couldn't get the balance right between... Because the action scenes weren't bad. They were probably the best part, but they were so few and far between. There's like 4 action scenes in the whole movie. And they're just going back and forth, and it's just totally flipping the tone. It's not easy to watch. And
I really feel like the movie cheated itself out of sustenance, where it chose to explore story and plot lines. I would have much rather preferred that they'd stayed on the relationship between Jackie and his daughter.
Yeah.
I do feel like they touched her death scene appropriately as far as carrying emotion, carrying weight within the moment, but I feel like they could have had that feeling linger on and really show. I mean, honestly, if you want, this is going to be so weird, but if you want a good showing of how to carry a moment and justify a character's vindication story of them righting a wrong. John Wick successfully made people care about them killing a dog.
And I couldn't care less about this dude's human daughter.
Yeah.
Because it's like, wasn't a big deal. It was more...
After a while, your sense of realism comes along and you ask yourself, this isn't worth it, is it?
You're like, I don't feel that he wants this guy because of his daughter. I feel like he wants it because he really needs the names of the bombers. And that's like about as far as it gets like with emotional investment in the movie.
And then it turns its head to just be a whole film about Pierce Brosnan's character, which, in essence, I can appreciate an anti-hero.
Yeah, it's interesting. I actually like his character more than Jackie Chan's. I think he did a better job, and It's cool having
far more rounded.
Yeah. And his I think that he should have gotten like his own movie. Like the movie should have been about him and all that drama within like the IRA. That was pretty interesting. But like I said, then you flip back a half hour later. Jackie Chan's still alive. He's looking for him, and it just doesn't work.
There's the main point for me was that had they chosen to go more character building in that regard with Jackie and his daughter.
Yeah.
Because after that, I have no motivation towards even necessarily caring if Jackie lives or dies outside of the fact that I just personally like Jackie Chan.
Yeah, exactly.
That was it. Had they shown something, because having the choice, it just filled a lot of unfortunate action. It carried a lot of the negatives that happen in both genres that it explored in. It had the negative stigmas of action films of the entire family's gone, so therefore there's nothing holding him back from carrying forth his plan to right the wrong himself. And then going to the political thriller side, it just got so bogged down in the details to make sure that everything happened correctly towards the end that it lost the beginning and thus got most of the important details that it could have boiled down to lost.
Yeah.
They were just completely
just get lost in this freaking sea of exposition and information, and you're just like, oh my god. It's a snooze fest. Once they start going on about this stuff, and you know what doesn't help? Okay, do you know how many times you and I have said on this show, man, you know, the dialogue wasn't there, but boy, that film was beautiful. It was shot beautifully. Mm-hmm. This film was I could have shot this film. Nothing was remarkable about the technical elements. The cinematography was really lame. Every single talking scene, every single dialogue scene was shot, reverse shot, wide shot, you know, over the shoulder. Basic stuff that, you know, you learn when you're like 12. Like, it was like it didn't feel like that professional at all. It was like, technically it was really by the numbers too. So all that information could have been made more interesting maybe if they lit the rooms differently or shot it a little cooler. But it was just two people sitting and talking. Or I remember in one of the opening scenes, Pierce Brosnan's character is walking through like his office space talking on the phone, and then it's just another lady talking on the phone, and it's like really important information that they're saying, but like you don't care because you're just bored because there's nothing interesting about the scene at all.
Right, and it goes. I mean, okay, so there's elements that were good about this film, which kept, you know, butts in the seats, and of course there's the likability factor of Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
I thought that there were a lot of costumed elements that were good. I thought Jackie himself looked good in this role.
They did a good job making it.
Aging him, yes.
One thing, there's this great video on the internet for you guys who want to go check it out. It's called How Jackie Chan Does Action Comedy.
Yes.
And one of the things they talk about is he always puts himself in a position where he's the underdog, and he has to work his way up the whole film, and he always gets his butt kicked in movies. And they had that in this one where he looked old and decrepit, and he was just like getting his ass handed to him in all the fights, and it was like he was on the brink of death, and then he would finally win the fight. That was cool. It made the fights pretty gritty in that aspect. So they did do a good job, and like the makeup, he looked bad, like in a good way. Like they did a good job making him to look like a little old man. You know?
Even when we go towards the beginning of this film. When the bomb goes off, there was a lot of nice details in that. There's a car crash that happens. He gets blown away, and then even he wakes up with glass chunks in his in
That's
his
the
face.
thing. That scene is cut well, and it's a little tense, and then they automatically flip to like, "Hello, this is the newspaper office. How can I help you?" And the tone totally changes from that tense scene to like another 20, 30 minutes of exposition, and then another tense scene, and then another 20, 30 minutes of exposition. And it's not exciting at all.
There's a lot of carnage in this film, too. That was rather... They did not pull any punches with gore and
I would have liked more of that, honestly.
Yeah, because there were a lot of even inventive traps. I mean...
that was interesting. Like, all the forest traps and stuff. Yes. I thought that was cool. I was a little... kind of scratching my head, like as far as suspension of disbelief and like feasibility goes. I was like, that's a little over the top, but it's pretty cool.
And I didn't even, to go to your point of the editing, the children backstory had a lot of bad editing.
Yeah, like they shot the scene in a way where like I know it was like a dream sequence, but we had to like be able to clearly see what's going on.
And Jackie Chan looked like he was in Yellowface. Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
I don't
Just
understand.
put some foundation on, cover up the wrinkles.
He looked excessively.
Yeah, he looked like he was 20 years old.
Yeah,
but
weird. Not in a good way.
Yeah, no, like in a makeup department, what happened way.
He was fully aware of what was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, this entire film, I don't really even know how to get forward other than Jackie.
There are parts of a good movie in this in this film that could rise out of the ashes and have potential to be a good narrative, but it's all split and disjointed. And like I said, not terrible, but terrible movies can be kind of fun sometimes. This movie is just boring and okay, and so like you won't have fun watching it in any environment. I like to drink and watch really bad movies. I think it's fun. I wouldn't do that with this movie because it's not even that bad. It's just like it was okay.
It failed to make a mark in a lot.
Yeah,
and
we're just gonna forget about it. In like 2 years, we're gonna do like an anniversary podcast and be like, "Dang, we saw The Foreigner. What's that about again?" Like I don't really know.
Even towards the end, I hate when a movie doesn't identify the rules upon which it exists.
Yeah.
It served to be real, but then towards the end, it got the action series of. Because a lot of action films thrive in a world where it's relegated to where the good guys can win. And whether that's in life, whether they're fighting and they're dirt poor and then somebody donates money to them tax-free, or whether that's they don't lose their business or something, things that are unbelievable, but yet happen to them because they're good people. This film took itself so seriously that it didn't buy that out, and towards the end, some events, actually not even a thing, but some events happen that don't successfully close the gap of. They leave you with questions. Honestly, they leave you with questions with little to no answers that I think that they're hoping to explain in a sequel of some sort. I don't know if it's that.
I really hope not.
I don't think so.
Really hope not.
Unless if for some reason it becomes super successful and.
I was gonna say it might make a lot of overseas money because Jackie Chan's like immensely popular over there, so it could.
However, I don't. It just left a lot of open holes in this void of, well, he's a good person. We'll or this is a good situation. So we as a law enforcement agency can just overlook it.
He was like, you know what? I think we owe him one, and I was like, that's not how special forces and police works. You can't just be like, you know what, old Asian man who killed lots of people. I think we owe you one. He blew up like a public building. He placed a bomb in a government building. They're like, you know what, man? He did us a solid. Like, no, he's supposed to be like, at least take it in, man. This is crazy.
And there's even a point in the film where there's a realistic idea that's introduced that somebody could die, a specific character, and then they don't even explore that. It just gets forgotten the next scene that we see them, and it's a real injustice because either I want to see them heal or, hopefully care for some character at some point, which just rarely ever gets. Yeah, even everybody's motivations in this film is just boring.
At the end of the movie, the only reason I wasn't even interested. I was just like, well, you know what? I've already sat here. I kind of want to know how the plot's going to finish. I'm really not compelled at all, but I guess I'll find out what happens because I'm already this deep in. I might as well finish it.
It's really disappointing because I've come to expect more out of Jackie Chan. Which
is
weird because
I want to find more out about the background of this movie because he's acted in a lot of American movies that he hasn't directed, which have just been okay. If like a Jackie Chan movie is different than a movie that Jackie Chan is in.
Right.
So we'll have to find out like who produced this movie because it was kind of
So overall, what are you going to give this on the Boucher bar scale?
I'm going to give it a beep 48.
48?
48 out of 100. It is exceedingly okay.
Yeah.
Just an okay movie.
I'll make it even 50.
50?
Because I really did like a lot of the costume choices, and there are highlights in this film.
Yeah.
As far as I can pick something.
Like when he kidnaps that kid in the forest, and they're all of a sudden best friends. in one cut. They're sitting chilling by the fire. He lets them go. They like shake hands. Like, well, what was this? What's the whole point of the last 20 minutes of the movie?
I don't really understand a lot of that.
They're like, you know what? We're cool. Yeah, we're cool. Yeah. Anyways, I just had a lot of problems with just like, hey, we gotta move the plot forward. So problem solved.
And and I did enjoy the action sequences with Jackie. So there's a couple things.
Jackie.
All right. So 50 to 48.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of numbers. But you might find some more numbers in Give Me 5.
Oh. Uber facts.
Not this week.
Oh.
Trust me. We are joined by the one and only Look at the right, and his name's not Jackie, but it is. That's what we talked about the entire podcast. Is just we essentially were yelling Jackie, just the entire podcast. So I know you just walked in, Luke. Say hi to the peeps.
No.
Gotta
And
give
Gary,
people
what the bomb. So this is Gimme 5, the part of the show where Luke and Gary, I got 5 questions for you, you got 5 questions for me. Well, not you, Luke. You're just a bystander in there.
Yeah.
But we will
Answer
them honestly.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we will answer them honestly.
Why don't we go back and forth like that?
We don't know what they are, but we will answer them honestly.
Yep, there it is.
There's a segment
There we go.
Luke, who gets to go first?
I want Gary to go first.
All right.
Excellent. All right, go ahead, Gary.
This has been a giant bummer in the week of professional basketball. It just started
Yeah.
2-3 days ago, and already 2 players who I really like are out for the year. Gordon Hayward and Jeremy Lin are both
I was wondering
out.
who the other one was.
And
But yes, Jeremy Lin.
it sucks, and now I'm really scared. I'm like on edge because I try to.
Steve Nash isn't even going to play this.
He's done for like the next 40 years, man. His career's over. But like, whenever I'm watching pro football, I'm always like, you know what? There's gonna be one player every game, at least like a few games every Sunday, that's gonna have a season-ending injury. Like it seems to always happen. It sucks. I know you played football in high school.
I did.
I want to ask you, what is the worst, most graphic sports injury you've ever seen?
Well,
not professional sports, up close.
Hold on. Did anybody really play football in North Point?
You participated.
He just didn't play.
Okay.
You did play the sport of football.
I did play. So I saw it. There was one Stokely session. If you're listening, I doubt you are, but Stokely, I believe everybody went down on their knees because he got ran. Oh no! I am so sorry. Take it back, Stokely. Get to the back because he was faking it. Wally went. Yes. Do you remember Wally?
That's my stepsister's ex.
Yes.
They were dating
Wally
at the time.
like
He was a running back for North Point. Went to go in for, I think, I could be butchering all this, but he went in for a goal line rush. Got pushed back. Broke his leg so much so that he had to get a rod inserted into his leg.
So
Several.
snapped.
Several.
Yes.
What did he do to his
Several.
leg, dude?
It just completely broke.
He just broke, snaps. He was never able to, he still has...
He still has
issues
problems
today.
with it to this day. He literally had 3 or 4 or 5 surgeries
My
on
God,
it.
dude.
It was bad.
It was a bad break.
That's actually the injury too that caused North Point to get rid of varsity for a few years.
Oh, really? Because it was
That was
so
one of them. It was
so
in that particular
bad.
game. We had 3 major
Yeah,
injuries.
'cause
And
it
our
was-
biggest guy, our biggest lineman. Gosh, I can't remember, but he was a big red mountain of a man. He was huge, and he got hurt, and that's when coach was like, "What are we doing in this game? We're down 50." That's
Yeah.
Because it was
I remember I went to a game against
I think it was home
against.
too.
it wasn't our
Dog
homecoming.
Park.
It
Yeah.
was Deer Valley's homecoming.
You guys played Deer Valley?
Yeah.
That was the issues.
They're 4 times our size.
That was the problem. They
awful.
bumped us up a
yeah.
division that we shouldn't have been playing in.
Yeah.
We didn't even ask to be. Anyways, so that's
awful.
That was pretty bad. All right. It all began with a Yelp review. On October 7th, a Yelp user who goes by the name Tyler H. posted a 1-star review of Sweet Dixie Kitchen, a restaurant in Long Beach, California that boasts a menu of biscuits and gravy, sweet potato hash, salmon benedicts, Frito pies, and bread pudding.
That sounds like some good cooking.
Love me some bread
He
pudding.
claimed that he saw workers sneak a bag of Popeye's chicken into the kitchen shortly after he and a friend were seated at the restaurant. He'd assumed that the chicken was a snack for the kitchen staff, but when his $13 plate of chicken and waffles arrived at the table, he found the taste of this chicken eerie familiar and a touch too stale. When he asked his waiter where the restaurant had sourced the fried chicken, the waiter admitted that it came from none other than Popeye.
Are you kidding me?
The restaurant compensated Tyler and his friend for the meal, but Kimberly Sanchez, the restaurant's owner, responded the next day to the Yelp review, quote, "We emphasize, proudly serve Popeye's spicy tenders," Sanchez wrote. She insisted that she wasn't doing anything wrong in getting her chicken from Popeye.
So it's like an actual part of the restaurant. It's like we serve Popeye's chicken with...
Yeah, well, that's what she says in this review. But she says the restaurant's kitchen isn't equipped with a fryer, so she and her staff have to outsource their chicken one way or another. Quote, "So whatever do you and your little review, like it was some great exposure, and whatever do you do," end quote, her rebuttal to Tyler concluded.
Dang.
Excellent. Sanchez's admission was at odds with the restaurant's earlier claim on its Facebook page that, quote, "everything is made here." Though the messaging that has since been amended to clarify that most menu items are made, quote, "from scratch, barring that darn chicken we bring in." So two questions rise to the top of the fryer for this one, Gary.
Okay.
One, what is your verdict on this? Is this shady? Is this wrong? Is selling outdated?
The worst part is that you said $13 plate of chicken, and they were bringing in Popeye, so they're just overcharging you for the chicken.
Yeah.
It sucks. That's my opinion, is that it's kind of a ripoff, and I wouldn't eat there if I knew that they were just buying Popeye's chicken. But what's the second one?
The second one is favorite place to order chicken. Who has the best fried chicken?
I've been to this place. I've only been here twice. There's this place down on off the I-10, and it's close to downtown. It's called Lolo's Chicken and Waffles.
Lolo's Chicken and Waffles.
Lolo's is awesome. I've been there twice. I wanted to throw up after both times. Best feeling I've ever had. My giant mason jar of Kool-Aid with my fried chicken and waffles. Oh, it's delicious.
Luke had a dissenting opinion.
No, I just thought it was... I wanted to throw up, and it was the best feeling ever.
It's, it's like when you're done with Thanksgiving and you're like, oh, the lining of my stomach. I can literally feel it being expanded as we speak. And it's great.
For me, like, the best fried chicken... This is going to be an unpopular opinion.
Okay. Hot take.
Hot take. Hashtag hot take income.
What we got?
Fried chicken's very overrated in the food spectrum.
He's not even going on the board. He's just going to hate on me.
Going on a chicken hating.
I don't mind fried chicken if the skin is nice and crispy. I'll eat it. But overall, I feel like fried chicken is one of those foods that everyone loves, but it's very rarely done that well. So overall, I just feel it kind of ends up being a little overrated. If I had to choose fried chicken, I would choose my dad's homemade fried chicken.
Oh, staying in the family. All
Got
right.
you, Dad.
It goes back to you there, Gary.
Alright. So, a lot of stuff going on right now with Harvey Weinstein. As you know, more and more stuff keeps on getting released every day. And I find myself thinking, like, man, like, how far does this thing go? Because he seems to have sank his claws everywhere, and it's disgusting. And I read a little piece that was released today where Tarantino basically admitted that he knew for decades a lot more than he led on to say that he knew, and that he believes now he should have done something differently, done something about it, and gone public with it, but he never did. He just chose to ignore it. Harvey Weinstein has produced every single one of Tarantino's movies, and Tarantino said that they had a complicated father-son relationship and that it was weird for him, but that he should have done more because he knew about a lot of stuff. So my question to you is, what do you think this does? Is it going to affect Tarantino's career, and does it affect the way that you think of Tarantino?
Oh, that specific variation of it. Tarantino will not be affected by this. How do I put this? It's going back to the Thanksgiving. Weinstein's the turkey to Tarantino's cranberry sauce. Nobody's going to get upset with you if you messed up the cranberry sauce. Everybody's going to focus in on the turkey. It's the main thing, and everything else is adding to it. It's the stuffing. I mean, the stuffing's probably more important than the cranberry sauce.
Stuffing's overrated too.
No.
You know, I'll be honest, Thanksgiving food in general, not good.
Well, that's why I don't have it once a year. That way you get a hankering for it by the next.
I don't, though. I don't.
hankering. All right. So on Tuesday, October the 17th, hip-hop power couple Gucci Mane and Keisha Kaori jumped into the proverbial broom at their star-studded wedding. The glamorous event caused social media to go into a frenzy, although I'm assuming neither one of you really.
I was not aware of this at all,
Yeah,
but now I am. Oh,
Just
my
making
bad.
sure. And there's Luke's beef brisket. As a plethora of stars made cameos in support of the newly married tandem. I'm going to give you both a list of celebrities, and I want you to tell me if they did or did not attend this fabulous wedding. Real celebrities, or maybe even fake celebrities.
Come on.
Are you kidding me?
Just some of these are just gems, so I just want you to just tell me yes or no. Did they attend? First one, and I'm not even going to look at you guys. Zaytoven.
Attended.
Attended.
That is true. I can't believe a person named Zaytoven was.
Zaytoven!
Well, okay, I guarantee you his name isn't actually Zaytoven.
Okay.
That's what he was chosen for, his moniker. His,
Okay.
You know that Gucci
musical
Mane's
moniker.
name isn't actually Gucci
Yes.
Mane.
Have you seen his birth certificate?
Gucci.
You
All right.
calm down.
Next one.
You're at a 12. I need you at like a 3.
Like a 3? Alright, I got it.
Justin Bieber.
No.
Yes.
Gary is 2 for 2 on this one.
Justin Bieber's not cool enough to hang out with Gucci.
No.
Gucci went to prison. He doesn't want Justin Bieber around him.
That's true. Those Canadians. Justin Timberlake.
Yes.
Definitely.
No. Just two
What was this,
Justins in a row.
anti-white people?
I just wanted to put Justin in. 2 Chainz.
Yes.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
way, 2 Chainz wasn't
Yeah,
there.
They just-
totally,
yeah.
totally attended. Next one, Big Sean.
No.
You don't even know who Big Sean is.
I know Big Sean is. He's
Okay.
washed up.
I'm
Yeah, I know
gonna-
Big Sean.
I'm gonna
I was in high
use
school.
All those.
I love Big Sean, but I'm gonna say yes.
Big Sean did attend, and he even had a,
even.
I want to say, a Burger King cup.
Wow.
A person with a Burger King.
Respect it.
I know. Usher, baby.
No.
I'm gonna say no. I feel like
No.
there's enough of a gap.
Yeah, no, that is definitely a no. He's probably doing another version of The Voice. P. Diddy.
No.
Yes.
Diddy did. Diddy did.
What are you, 4-3? Alright.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, man.
Ah, way to suck, Gary.
Get
your
up, back
turn
me
there,
up, bro.
Gary.
Alright. So, the movie today we watched was an espionage movie. As you know, in my opinion, not a great one at that.
No,
but,
we agreed on that one.
yeah. But there are.
Wait, I didn't. What movie?
We saw The Foreigner. Jackie!
Jackie Chan.
You guys didn't like The Foreigner? I didn't see it, but I kind of.
Once you see it, you'll get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like those kind of bad movies.
And yet he doesn't.
I don't even think it was the kind of. Anyways. We've already gone through this.
Yeah, go listen to that first half, Luke.
I want to know what your favorite espionage movie is of all time. Lots of great old Cold War era espionage movies. Then you got the modern ones like the Bourne films. What's your favorite espionage movie? Spy movie?
I mean, I hate to be too incredibly modern.
He's gonna say like James Bond.
Yeah, we're gonna say Skyfall.
Skyfall's a good choice, dude. I love Skyfall.
It's probably my favorite. I loved Pierce Brosnan in those. I mean, again, we mentioned that earlier, but but the movies themselves didn't age very well.
Yeah.
I
Pretty
would
campy
go.
now.
I'd go. Probably Bourne.
Bourne, yeah. The
think
Bourne.
I think-
I love the Bourne series, dude.
All right, Luke, you're gonna love this as well.
So go give me five.
PlayStation. He's so like prone to it. He's
Freaking
just-
ready,
He's
dude.
ready. He's so ready. PlayStation introduced officially the licensed mini-wired gamepad for PlayStation 4, designed for younger gamers. It's supposed to induce a whole new generation of fans to come to the PlayStation, but these whole new bunch of fans would not be amiss if they did not join the Uberfax game, which is here right now. Uberfax.
I knew that this had to be it.
This had to be.
This
the
is just
setup.
a pointless exposition. It's got to be Uberfax.
It's got to be Uberfax. There's a build up to it. But yes, this is Uberfax. Luke, you're familiar, right?
I am
Your
familiar.
past couple spankings of Gary. Uberfax.
Wait, are we talking about the game? Or?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
How'd you know
Gary's
about
been
this?
on a bit of a roll.
he had nowhere to go but up.
Yeah, I know. He's been on a bit of a roll. He lost last week, but he had a respectable loss, 2-3. And then the previous week he had won, and then the week before that he had been won. So he's not doing too bad. So Luke, you might have your hands full. Of course, for all those new listeners listening on this particular week, Uberfax is a game where I have 5 sets of facts for the gentleman in front of me, and each one of you must find the one fake fact that I put in the 3 within each set. They are a Philip fact, if you will. Fake
Philisms.
Philisms.
Straight from the Phil Cave of Wonders.
Yes, fantastic.
Fantastic.
Cave of Wonder.
I hate everybody in this room except Gandalf.
Gandalf is...
How you chillin', man?
Alright, so first set, here we go.
Yeah, that's right, buddy.
And Luke, I'm so glad you're here for this. Pizza Hut is debuting playable DJ deck boxes that connect to smartphones, tablets, and laptops.
Hold on, say that again.
Pizza Hut is debuting playable DJ deck boxes
Thank
that
God I
connect
left.
to smartphones, tablets, and laptops. Second fact, toenail growth directly correlates with a person's happiness according to a new study. And fact number 3, Thai princess Chumhot popularized water tubing in the mid-20th century, charging members of the public to float on her estate. Which one is the fake fact, gentlemen?
Number 3 fake fact.
I can tell you for a fact number 1 is fake.
You both missed it. Toenail growth is completely false. I made that up. Pizza Hut, it's in the UK.
Oh,
You got sneaky there,
sneaky,
man.
That's sneaky.
And Chumhot is real.
That's a real thing?
That's
I was
real.
like, oh, he's making up foreign names.
Number
fact.
2
That did
was
sound like
was what I was gonna go with. I was like, if Pizza Hut was unveiling something like that, I would have heard about it before I left. But it's UK.
Alright, next set. So you're both neither on the board. Shrimp were classified as vegetables until 1988. Fact number 2, a baby born on a flight from Dubai to the Philippines was gifted 1 million airline miles, which are worth almost $108,000. Fact number 3, scientists have found that the bigger a bird flock becomes, the faster the birds that comprise it will fly. Which one's the fake fact there, gentlemen?
Number 1.
Number 1's the fake one, he says.
Number 3.
Number 3 is the fake one, and Luke says... You both went for the animal ones. One of you was a smart one. And it was Gary.
Ooh.
He caught my shrimp. I was eating shrimp last night. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Next one. Depression affects 20% of children 6 to 10, but increases to 80% for children aged 11 to 18. Fact number 2. A first edition of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone that lists, quote, one wand twice in a list on page 53 is worth more than $33,000. In fact number 3, between 1977 and 1989, it was illegal to import, possess, or ride a skateboard in Norway.
Number 1.
Number 3.
One of you's correct. Gary, you're on the board twice now. All right, here we go. This is for your winning the game, and then Luke, this is for respect.
I don't have respect for myself.
I wouldn't either. But speaking of which, poopsenders.com will anonymously ship your enemies a gallon of cow, elephant, or gorilla crap. Fact number 2, dogs prefer reggae and soft rock over other music genres. In fact number 3, 46% of the world will eat some form of candy every year. Which one's the fake fact, gentlemen?
I'm going to go crazy and say number 1.
Can I get that list one more time?
Yeah. Poopsenders.com will anonymously ship your enemies a gallon of cow, elephant, or gorilla crap. Fact number 2, dogs prefer reggae and soft rock over other music genres. And fact number 3, 46% of the world will eat some form of candy every year.
46%?
46.
I'm gonna go number 1. Just because of the different varieties of crap.
I know, I heard gorilla poop, and I'm like, that must be... Gorilla poop is pretty hard to come by, I'm assuming. Pretty
I think you're
endangered.
thinking of bat poop. Bat poop's actually worth a lot of money. They call it guano.
Let's say guano.
Guano!
Guano. But you both are wrong. You can go on there right now. Hot tip, in case you have anybody you want to send poop. Maybe
Yeah,
you're
Philip.
a Spanish professor. Oh,
Ooh, that's a good one too.
thank you.
Maybe both.
I completely made up 46% of the world will eat some form of candy.
I was thinking about doing that.
I thought about that one because I feel like it would be a lot higher.
Yeah.
A lot.
Alright, and last one. I skipped one. Scientists... I know, I do that every time.
Wait, so you're saying I had a chance to tie it up?
I know.
I'm being sabotaged.
Sabotage! Cutthroat Kitchen. Scientists have discovered that Greenland sharks, a native species of the North Atlantic, can live to be 400 years old. Fact number 2, research has shown that gas doesn't cause bloating, and farting won't relieve it. And fact number 3, the Queen of England has spent over £5 million on outfits for her dogs throughout her reign.
Wait, what was fact number 1 again?
Fact number 1, scientists have discovered that Greenland sharks, a native species of the North Atlantic, can live to be 400 years old.
I'm going fact number 2.
And you're going fact number 1? I love corgis, so that way I made up a fact about corgis. I made up the Queen of England. I don't know how much she spent on clothes for them. I don't even think
So neither of us got that one right again.
Man,
Dang.
I joked you both out.
I think this game is rigged.
Rigged!
I think Philip actually has 3 real
Look
facts.
up poop tenders, though. Look up poop
That's
tenders.
okay.
That's really
I'm actually.
I looked it up last night. Fantastic. And it's pretty affordable, too. Name another best way to spend $25. Free advertising.
Literally
Honestly.
anything.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
The joy that you get from sending somebody poop that they
I don't
have to
get
open.
joy from that.
Can
First
I
of all,
send
why
it
would they have?
to the water? Wow.
Can't get enough.
How much is a gallon of cow? $24.95 for a
That's
gallon of
pretty
cow
affordable,
poop.
right?
Wow, that is pretty good.
I think you guys are really overestimating how much a gallon is.
Isn't it a bucket?
I mean, a gallon.
Gallon of milk.
I'm thinking of like
You're
a gallon
thinking of just a gallon of milk,
A straight
but-
poop. That's a lot of
That's
poop.
still a lot of poop.
No, oh my god.
Well, I mean, I just need them to open it and smell it.
If you spread it everywhere, like that's.
Hey, you're not
that's good
spreading
enough.
it anywhere.
You could take a
No, you
spatula,
can't.
make some art out of it.
They
Ship one
send
to you.
it to the people.
Well, if you get there first with your spatula, open the poop up, write Coney 2012 on the driveway.
Coney HQ.
Coney HQ.
I don't think Philip gets that.
That is a
Yeah.
great story, Philip.
Back when people pretended to care about Coney for
yeah.
2 weeks.
When we were in high school, we must be like 15 years old.
Me and the other Philip Briggs, were hanging out one night, and we took a piece of cardboard, and in giant letters we wrote
Coney HQ.
Coney HQ.
Coney headquarters, and they put it, I think on like the back of my mom's car or something.
Yeah.
And then somebody else like drove by, saw it, and like spread a bunch of dog crap on my driveway. They like had like spread it out like right by it. It was awful.
It was pretty funny.
All right, your turn there, Gary.
All right.
After failing an Uber fact.
Somebody must have.
How mean would that be, by the way, if I had like 2 versions of Uber facts?
I would hate you. I would walk off this podcast and never invite you back over.
Fair enough. All right, your turn, sir.
So maybe somebody spread poop on Oliver Marshawn Lynch because earlier he got ejected from the game for getting physical with the referee.
Getting a little too close.
I've maybe about 3 times in my life gotten heated to the point where I've like gotten like in a fight, you know, and they've lasted no more than like 3 seconds. So I want to ask you, what's the most you've ever lost it and got heated? Like what happened and did you harm somebody?
I don't know about the most, but the one that just popped into my head.
Yeah.
This past Sunday, I was not having a good day, and me and my girlfriend were having a disagreement, I suppose we could say, and we were in a public setting, so it was one of those where you have to control yourself. You know, you can't just talk. So, anyways, my pics were going awful. Me and my girlfriend were like silent next to each other, and I was in pain. And then I ordered my favorite dish at this particular bar, which is some shrimp. And I asked for no sauce, and they came with ranch. And I wasn't thinking about anything, but while me and my girlfriend are talking out and discussing this, for some reason, I don't know if it's the tables jiggling or what, the ranch slowly just dips into my shrimp.
Oh no!
It completely ruined all of my shrimp, and I was so mad. I was a centimeter away from like actually throwing the shrimp on like the sidewall and like running out there.
Damn.
And just getting out of there. It was just a culmination of events that came together to form my displeasure to where I almost threw a plate of shrimp. Ranched shrimp.
Ranch shrimp,
Yeah.
bar shrimp,
Why would
shrimp and
you?
bowl.
Why would you even have ranch? Like who thought
Ranch with shrimp
ranch
sounds
with-
gross.
I know. I don't know.
Philip, why do you like that? Why are you like this?
I try not to be. Yesterday,
WWE.
2K18 came out for purchase, thus rounding out the majority of 2K's lineup of sports games this season. Along with NBA, NFL, and FIFA, 2K has a vast universe that offers sports fans all over the world a chance to satisfy their sports dreams. Aww. Gary, which non-conventional sport that is not currently under 2K's current platform would make the best new arrival to the gaming world?
That was a little redundant.
You ready for this?
Yes.
I don't know if this counts, but I'm gonna say it. Quidditch.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Quidditch 2K18, man.
Quidditch is a sport.
Yeah, colleges have...
Quidditch now?
Huh?
Do they have ground Quidditch?
Yeah,
Colleges have
ASU has
intramural Quidditch.
They actually play over at ASU's team plays at the West
ASU?
Campus. Yeah.
I know you can kind of go in the old Harry Potter games and play like it's like an arcade.
It was
Quidditch.
normally like a mini game.
Yeah, it's like a mini
Yeah, I
game. But
remember.
if they got like really in depth and made it like FIFA, but like Quidditch, I would be down for that.
I wonder if there'll ever be a day where there'll be a game about a gamer who plays games.
I would not play that game because I would just play my own
more of a
game.
sport now, right? So you would have to.
Oh, so it's like esports 2K18. Like you control a guy playing like Defense of the Ancients.
I don't think that ever happened because the esports games themselves
Are like just random games that are legitimate franchises.
Yeah, like no esports game would ever let 2K put their game
into their game.
2K.
It's just too much
You would
game,
have to
man.
create your own esport for the esport game. I'd go 2K chess.
2K Chess Teen.
Oh wow, that's
Rated
cool.
M.
All right, Gary, your turn. Sir.
So I'm really excited about this a movie that's coming out in a few weeks. As we know, it is called Thor Ragnarok.
Yes, actually,
And,
yes,
Comes out on November 2nd. We've got 2 weeks for it to come out. I'm very excited to review it because Thor's my favorite Avenger, actually.
That's the dumbest thing I've heard in my entire life.
I could have said
He
Hawkeye.
heard.
No, because that would have been more accurate.
I like Thor, man. He's
Hawkeye
cool.
is better than Thor.
No way. Oh my
Accurate.
god.
Hawkeye's very. lame.
Come on. Hawkeye's whole shtick is the fact that he's lame. He's like, oh, I'm an old man, and all these young cats, oh man, I'm old. It's supposed to be funny, but it gets old.
No, you're old. You're getting
Are you older than me? Anyways. There's some early reviews out, and Entertainment Weekly's critics said that it was by far the funniest Marvel movie ever. And I'm like, well, that is, especially with the more recent stuff like Guardians, that's a pretty good stamp of approval. But my question to you is, what are your top 3 or top 5 favorite, funniest Marvel movies? Where would you rank them in terms of humor?
Oh, well, yeah, I was gonna say Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was pretty darn funny.
Yeah.
Baby Groot alone.
Yeah.
With that little scene where he's gotta find the little head thing. Oh, that was the greatest honor.
Please tell me you have a refrigerator full of toes.
Yeah.
Iron
I honestly
Man's...
kind of really want to go Guardians of the Galaxy 1 as well.
I think
just pure comedy.
If I had a top 5, they'd both be.
They're both in there. And then
Iron Man,
I think is probably next.
Here's
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man Homecoming?
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty funny.
Avengers.
That was like a straight up high school comedy.
I only had like one good comedy moment that I can't even think of. You know,
Puny God.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. And even then, everybody was laughing so much I didn't even hear the break.
Yeah, we watched it because that was back when we were in high school, and we watched it with like a group of friends.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know that he said that
because everyone was
until
just
I
freaking out,
rewatched
like screaming the whole damn movie. Couldn't hear what was happening.
Yeah. I have seen it all, Gary. There is.
I'm only going 3 deep in the top 5.
Yeah. Oh, top 5? I thought you said.
I said 3, 5. I was just like,
yeah, I heard
what are your
top
favorite funny Marvel
Selective
movies?
hearing.
I have seen it all, Gary. There's currently a person that has been found by the Twitterverse who has found a way to weaponize fidget spinners. Yes. Attached by a pole, the connected fidget spinners are forced to spin dangerously fast as the attached motor turns on. In essence, crushing anything the sword comes into contact with by sheer velocitic force. That's a new word I'm coming up with. Got me to thinking, Gary. What non-conventional weapon could you create if I locked you in your room for one night and was going to throw an unknown foe at you to fight for your life in the morning?
So thinking of all the stuff I have in my room, it's mainly clothes,
Okay.
posters,
Posters, you can paper cut
And
the poop out of somebody.
DVDs. So what I would do, I would make
CDs.
DVDs.
Well, I'm saying I'm saying you would. That's the method through which you would.
I would make some sort of apparatus with the posters where I would make perhaps a blow dart gun where it would launch deadly DVDs towards my enemy's jugulars. that is the best I can come up with. Or maybe I would just be like Shaun of the Dead, where they're pulling out all the old records and just throwing them at the zombies. I would just be something like that, honestly.
Okay. Did you have anything, Luke? Pop out your knees for a minute and just start hitting them?
Just pop out the metal screws in my knee and start stabbing people.
If Luke had to fight Magneto, that would suck.
Ooh, you'd be done.
Yeah.
I don't think my knee is technically magnetic. So
I guess he has a chance against Magneto.
maybe.
Well, if they're not, what are they? Wood?
Wood.
Plastic?
You know that there are metals that aren't magnetic, right?
Yeah, like System of a Down.
Yeah, but I thought Magneto...
Don't ever speak to me ever again. Ever again. Don't speak to me or my son ever again. But no, Magneto's thing is he controls magnetic poles, I think.
Oh, I thought it was just he controlled metal. I didn't even realize...
I think people...
I knew it was magnetic.
I think people think that because most metal is magnetic, but I'm honestly not 100% sure.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not an expert on
You're not an
X-Men.
expert on X-Men.
But if I needed an unconventional weapon in my room, I would probably use maybe like my mouse from like my computer and use it to like strangle someone.
You know, you could also do a little like whoosh, whoosh, and then strangle them as you reel them in.
With the mouse.
Yeah. If you grab it towards the base, swing it so that the head is...
Moving on to the next question.
I think that's it.
That is
I think I can keep going.
Yeah, no. Okay, this is going to be an open form
Why do
discussion.
I do this podcast?
I don't know.
Open
It's
form
going to be an
discussion.
open form discussion because our slate of movies to select from next week
I know.
are horrendous.
I have one.
No.
Yeah, the Snowman.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard
Nuts.
of.
Have you checked Flickster recently?
No, I have not. It does not come out like this
It already
week.
has a rating. You do not want to know what this rating is.
No, did it get a bad? No, not Fassbender. Come on.
I know, I do enjoy Fassbender, but
He has done bad movies. You know, I got in an argument with someone about this movie, yeah, and I was like, oh, well, you know, Fassbender's never picked a bad movie. He did Assassin's Creed, and I was like, oh, man, he did a video game adaptation. Damn it.
I never saw Assassin's
I
Creed.
never saw it either, but
Okay, so then how do we know it's bad? Did anyone actually see it?
I saw it.
Oh, okay. Then never.
Oh, all right.
I mean, Gary has a terrible opinion in most things, so maybe it is good, but
I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Snowman's at 13%.
Geostorm, I really did not.
I have no desire to see
I can tell
Geostorm.
you right now, Ed Harris is the
Geostorm
mastermind
is
behind the Geostorm.
I hate those kind of movies in general.
Only the Brave just seems a little hokey. I guess.
It's got a 90?
Yeah.
What's Only the Brave?
It's about the
Oh, that's the
Fire
Yarnell
Ranger.
Fire
Yeah.
one.
Oh, I actually really wanted to see that.
Okay, we can see it. It's
Yeah.
a little hokey, but
I think it's the same company who did like Lone Survivor and the one about the oil spill. I forget what it's called.
The one with Marky
Deepwater
Mark?
Horizon.
Yeah. Deepwater Horizon. They make like uplifting, you know, like gung ho American-y
Yeah.
movies, which
That's what I'm saying.
and it's about the dudes who it's about those guys from Yarnell.
I'm sorry that you can't respect firefighters who gave their lives so that other people could live. God, why is Philip such a communist?
Russia.
If you don't like America, get out.
Get out.
I actually
Go to New Mexico.
I didn't really want to see it, and then actually like 2 weeks ago I rode my bike through Yarnell, and then I saw the trailer for the movie like that night, and I was like, dang,
Oh,
I should see this movie.
I actually almost had to evacuate from that fire.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are we at
That
camp?
was when I was working at a summer camp up there.
Yeah.
We had some campers that their families had to evacuate.
Wow.
They said that if it was starting to head towards us, and then like last second it started shifting, so we ended up being okay. But yeah, there was a period of time where we had to make sure no campers left for like hikes and stuff, and that we were like. We had to be ready at a moment's notice to where we might have to evacuate our camp.
It's crazy. It's like an hour outside of Phoenix. If you take Grand down, go through Wickenburg, you're there in like 20 minutes after that.
Crazy.
It's awful.
Well, for more on this forest fire, and of course all of our exquisite commentary on the foreigner.
Yes.
Yes, it was quite a delightful discussion. But anyways,
Lots of good stuff to say.
Yes, I always want to go back and listen to it again. But anyways, for
Luke?
Gary.
and
Jackie.
Gandalf. And Jackie!
Jackie!
Jackie! We couldn't stop saying that in
I know, man. We said it like at least 100 times.
I know. But anyways, I'm Philip, and thank you so much for listening to Chopped Greens. As always, watch all of our and listen to all of our old episodes on YouTube, and listen to all of our current episodes as well on there. And as always,
Jackie.